My name is Jerry Merino, the Liquid Chef. I'm here in Philadelphia at Tequila's restaurant to implement the mixology cocktail program. Besides the food, for me, when I say, this restaurant, it's amazing, it has to, the service has to be good, the bar has to be amazing, the food has to be amazing, because, okay, maybe just the food is good and the service, but then what happened to the bar? We didn't count the bar because we're not used to counting the bar. Because it doesn't matter how bad the drinks are, we don't think of the bar, we think of the food. So, it's kind of like everything is part of the experience. Anything that is inside of the establishment is part of the experience. Mixology, it's a very unique concept because it concentrates on quality, on pairing, on understanding of ingredients, on understanding of atmosphere and the restaurant or the clubs themselves, rather than just putting whatever we think is going to work. There's much more involvement, just the same way a chef does in the kitchen to create a food menu. So I hope that you enjoy the cocktails here at Tequila Restaurant. And, it's always finding that solution to whatever we think is impossible, and that's when we make it. We'll put 1.5 Siembra Blanco. Okay. If you want to do a nice garnish, you can always, there are many different ways of just doing very simple ways of garnishing with the same fruits that you already use. The glass is so thick that you couldn't put it on the rim, but you can always put it just in the middle of the drink, just kind of like a fan. I have to taste this one because it's good. Any aged spirit goes great with spices, just because the wood, it just blends well with cinnamon, cardamom, any spice that you want to put in, it will work well. And obviously we want to make sure that every ingredient that you're putting in, it makes sense with the type of spirit you're mixing. So what we're going to do, we're going to start by setting up what we're going to use, like the lime juice. Everything I use, it's fresh. It doesn't matter how big the event is or how big the place is. When there's a will, there's a way. So there's always a way of doing all this, as long as you're passionate about what you do. Say, wow, this is great, or this is, give me another one, I love this. For me, that's a reward. That's the biggest reward, and there's nothing that can buy that. So it's actually, more of having pride on what we do. For the longest time, people used to think that bartending was, just for the people that don't have a good education. Well, nowadays it's changing, and that's one of the things we're working on. It's on making it a very professional atmosphere. Let's say Siembra Azul Blanco, we're going to taste it first and find out what's in the bottle, because we want to enhance all those flavors. We don't want to hide them, we don't want to mask them, we don't want to go against those flavors, we want to work with them. So we know that it's very herbal, it's very fresh, so we want to work with fresh ingredients like cucumber, jalapeno, and things like that. Now with the reposado, we're going to work with a little bit more of spices, a little bit more herbs, maybe more like ginger and things like that. That actually blends perfect with the reposado, and that's how we do for everything. We gotta taste it first before we even think of what we're gonna put inside. Always remembering what's the principal ingredient. And in this case, it would be Siembra Azul. That's the main ingredient. So everything has to be, the ingredients have to be around it, around the flavors that are already in Siembra Azul. So any liqueur we put in, it has to be of the same quality and to match the flavors. Lime juice, which actually we're going to put it right into our jigger here. You can always just have the lime juice prepared already, but for now, you know, for the demo, we're using the fresh limes. Also, we're going to put 1 ounce of the mango puree. This is actually Boran mango puree. Now we're going to put 1 ounce of passion fruit. And we're going to put a ½ ounce of the passion ginger syrup, which actually they all look the same color. So, and now we're going to put 3/4 ounce of the Domaine de Canton ginger liqueur. We're going to use 1½ ounces of Siembra Azul tequila. This is the Blanco. And this is called Passion Ginger Margarita, which we're going to just shake it. Basically, all we're going to do, we're going to shake it. We're going to put a salt on the rim. Just with a piece of lime, you know, we're just going to put a little bit of lime juice around it. Now we have the glass ready. We're going to shake it. The shaking is very important. You know, you can use fresh ginger. Now we're going to strain it into the martini glass. Now we have a great drink here for you guys to taste. That's great. Salud. Very good.